afternoon, everybody. So again, I'm Karen Fortoul, and this is I'm a part-time teacher at Community Learning Center. It's my 4th year. My background is 25 years in IT, and then for the last 8 years I've done teaching and tutoring math at all levels and all ages. And when I was talking to Sandy, in the spring when we got the license, we had a module for ESOL students, and then now I'm teaching another, so I go as a teacher. They used the class in the spring and now in the fall. So in the spring, it was focused on ESOL levels 3 to 5, and it was geared towards the math component. And there was a little, since we were learning as we went. I mean, I think I had the first class the day we got the license or something. I used the demo. There was a little selection of, let's get the students that have a little stronger computer skills, so we're not trying to learn a package and have 10 people not know how to use a mouse. And then, so it's, just to back up, so it's a 90-minute class once a week in the computer lab. So we have 16 computers, and this is in addition, they have either their ESOL class or their APP class, and then this is a separate class. And I do have a volunteer computer aide to help me, so if there is, for the weaker students with weaker technology skills in particular, can get them going. The goal most of the class time is independent with myself circulating, but I always do try to do some either general instruction or with a particular subset of the class, depending on what their needs are. And certainly at the beginning of the term, there's more of the talking, demonstrating, so there's a level set of people using the package. In particular, one of the key goals is I want them to be able to use it independently. So one of the first things I want to make sure is that I get a level set that everybody knows how to navigate. And as a matter of fact, I'm just transitioning now, but at the beginning, I make sure all the computers are off before they come to the class, so I see who can, oh yeah, here's the website, and who, doesn't know which button to push. So that is the first step, and I find that's much more effective than doing a survey, because sometimes someone knows a lot, and then they know how much they don't know, so they check the box about that, and then there are others that know a little, and so just, get everybody with computers off, and one of the things that I've found effective is moving students around. So maybe I'll have where I have the board and the computer, I might have students that have more trouble, so I will do more instruction with them. So I move students around based on level and ability. And see, I don't assign any homework, but they're welcome to use Career Ready anytime, and they can email me if they get stuck on something. Then a couple of people mentioned in terms of the pretest and wanting to get the pretest perfect. I've started out, and I did it at the organizational level. There are other other classes that use it, to restrict it. 3, and in some cases maximum 2 pretests, okay? Because the goal isn't to get it perfect. I know some students really want that. I've restricted they must complete the lessons before they go on to the quiz. They must go in order. I do all that, and I also have very few assignments. With my ESOL math class, I literally had 3 assignments. Intro to Career Ready 101, and just about this course, using Key Train, and then applied math. In applied math, I had them do the pretest, and it would assign the levels. And then as they got experience, then I would open it up. So if a student was really struggling at a particular thing or wanted to make sure and compete, then I would say, okay, it's fine. Now you know what you're doing. I can, go ahead and take 10 quizzes because that practice is helping you. Let's see. And then the other thing also in terms of technology, they can't use cell phones for texting and calling, but they can use that for the calculator because the calculator's a little quirky. So they're welcome to use their own phone because that's what they use for their calculator or as a dictionary. Let's see, as I said, so the first class in the spring, the computer skills were stronger, so they were mostly able to navigate on their own. Now, in the fall, there's some students that, you can't just say the printed instruction, login instructions, they'll type as the URL, visit, so there's more instruction to get them going. But I do want to make sure they get through able to navigate. Then it's interesting in terms of the math, they were really interested in math vocabulary. So even though I did the pretest and many of them were level 4 or they wanted to get to level 6, once they did that, I said, you can go back and do level 1. Okay, you're not so good with your number vocabulary. Go ahead and look, there's a counting lesson in level 1. And so they started doing that and could look whether it was time or measurement. So that flexibility was helpful. In the fall now, I have a combination of ABE students and ESOL students, so I've opened it up in terms of what they're able to access. And I have not only the 3 that I said for the math, intro, and the applied math, but as you're saying, the reading to learn, reading for information, locating information, as well as creating career goals, the soft skills suite, and the listening for information. And my goal with this class is students individually should decide what is it that I most need working. Yeah, I do have trouble understanding things, so I want to focus on the listening for information. Yeah, I really need to, I don't have any math, I need to focus on the math, or I'm new on my career path and I'm not sure. Let me read about careers, so that it really is tailored once everybody gets the baseline of using it and navigating. Then the other thing is in terms of as an organization, I'm going to be giving, we have staff development coming up, and so I am going to give a demo of Career Ready 101 and allow the teachers and advisors to actually get in there and try it. Because one of the things, especially for now, that is arranged is, I think it worked best for the students to work in collaboration with their advisors and their teachers. Oh yeah, this is my math skill that's weak. I really need to do this if I'm looking at this career. Their advisors, where's your career path, where your strengths need to be. So we'll see after we do that how that works out. Then the other thing in terms of reports, I know a bunch of people said not quite there with reports. So the reports, I definitely recommend looking at the reports. I didn't find them intuitive in terms of what does it mean to say class detail or topic detail, so the names might be a little confusing. So what I recommend is just try each of the reports and see which are the ones that you like. And they have organizational reports, so that even myself as a teacher, I can do it either by, locating it by category of course, or I can do it by class. So I can say, oh, such and such class, maybe we only have one other teacher down there, we had some over the summer. I can see who was doing what, so I can go to that colleague and say, oh, what's your experience with local information? So you can get that high level picture. And then then you can look at things at the class level and just at the really specific. The report I find most useful is what's called course objective analysis. And it has many options, which is confusing, so the report can look totally different. But I like to focus on, okay, where are we with using Keytrade? Then I can see, where is everybody at? Where is everybody at in applied math? And then I can figure out where I want to drill down at the student level. And what I've started to do with the student level is encouraging the students, showing the students how to do the report. So I'm not there after class looking and saying, oh, I need to follow here. You student, look at where you're at, where you're having trouble, so then I can help you. And what's particularly important, which has been problematic, is the quizzes. Students will take the quiz and they get a 40 and they have no idea. They're strong math, but they don't know why they got a 40. And that also is a benefit of limiting the number. Then they'll say, hey, you won't let me go on. I'm like, oh, well, you took it 5 times and you didn't, so there's a quiz detail where you can actually look up the exact question. So I've utilized that, and it's easiest if they tell me, all right, you tell me what question number you got wrong, and then and then you can see that it's a simple thing. And then just in terms of starting out, what worked for me obviously depends on how you learn. But what was critical for me is to create a student account, which I use to go take the pretest. You can't take the pretest and see what each of the courses are like. Then I created a teacher account, and that I also found critical to know what there are lots of little knobs and options, to know what they are, which allows me to be so restrictive in the class that if a student runs into a problem, I know how to quickly say, okay, you can take 5 pretests, I'm fine. And similarly, I set up a demo account, so when I have my class, and I have my class assignment, I have a sample student for that class, so it looks exactly what they're going to see. And then I have my student account that's totally flexible, so I can skip ahead and get to page 20 if I want. So that's, and I think the key thing is figuring out what the fit is so that it really can be tailored, because that's the beauty of it, that it can be tailored to what each student needs once you get the baseline, what's in the package and how do you navigate